If you're over 50, there's one silent fear that starts creeping in. The fear of losing strength, of struggling to stand, of feeling your legs weaken while your heart works harder just to keep up. But what if one simple move could change that? Not a fad, not a gym trick, just a motion your body was designed to do that quietly protects your heart, lowers your blood pressure, and keeps your legs strong. It's not about chasing youth. It's about choosing power every day. And that choice begins with one thing: learning how to squat the right way. There's a quiet fear many people over 50 carry that no one talks about out loud. The fear of falling, of knees giving out, of backs locking up, of that moment when you bend down and realize you're not sure you can get back up without something to hold on to. And that fear often makes us avoid certain movements, especially squats. But what if I told you the very move we avoid is actually the one that could protect your heart, lower your blood pressure, and give your legs the strength to keep you independent for years to come? Most people think of squats as something for athletes or bodybuilders. You picture someone in a gym, lifting heavy weights and sweating buckets. But that's not the kind of squat we're talking about here. This is the kind that mimics how you get off the toilet, how you sit into a chair, how you pick up something you dropped. And if you're over 50, it's not just exercise. It's your daily insurance policy against weakness, illness, and even early decline. Let's look at what squats really do for your body, especially your heart, your legs, and your blood pressure, when you do them safely and properly. First, let's tackle the biggest myth, that squats are dangerous for older adults. I hear this all the time. My knees aren't what they used to be, or I threw my back out years ago so I don't squat anymore. But here's the truth. It's not the squat that's dangerous. It's bad technique. It's rushing through the motion, locking your joints, or holding your breath. When done correctly, squats are not just safe. They're one of the most protective things you can do for aging muscles and joints. In fact, avoiding squats can lead to something worse than sore knees. It can lead to muscle atrophy. That's when your muscles weaken and shrink from lack of use. And it doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in slowly. You start needing help to stand. Then you need to hold the rail on the stairs. Then one day, you stop trying altogether. A proper squat, one done slowly, with control, and within your body's safe range, trains your legs, hips, core, and even your posture in ways no machine at the gym can match. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Squats don't just build strength. They support your cardiovascular system. When you activate large muscle groups like your thighs and glutes, your body demands more oxygen. Your heart starts pumping a little faster, your lungs open up, and your blood vessels get moving. It's a mini cardio workout without needing to run, jump, or stress your joints. And when done regularly, this process improves circulation and helps reduce systolic blood pressure, especially in people over 50 who are starting to see their numbers creep up. You see, the body responds best to full-body movements that challenge multiple systems at once, and the squat, even in its simplest form, does just that. It moves blood through the legs, strengthens the muscles that assist your veins in returning blood to the heart, and even improves the flexibility in your ankles and hips, both crucial for proper walking patterns. Over time, this kind of full-body integration helps regulate blood pressure, improve balance, and even reduce shortness of breath during everyday tasks, like climbing stairs. There's a powerful connection between your legs and your longevity. Several major studies, including one published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity, have shown that leg strength is one of the strongest predictors of how long you'll live independently. Think about that. Not your weight. Not even your cholesterol, but leg strength. Because your legs are your foundation. When they weaken, your entire body begins to compensate. Your back takes on more stress. Your heart has to work harder during basic movement. And your risk of falls and fall-related hospitalization shoots up. That's why squats are more than just a fitness trend. They're functional. They're practical. They're the way your body was designed to move. From the time you were a toddler squatting effortlessly on the floor, to now, when it might feel harder but matters more than ever. When you stop squatting, you stop practicing one of life's most essential movements, the ability to lower and raise your body with control. Some folks ask, why not just stick to seated exercises or chair routines? And that's a fair question. Chair exercises can absolutely be helpful, especially for those just starting out or recovering from injury. But here's the key difference. Squats train your body in real-world motion. They build the exact muscles you need to get out of a chair, rise from a toilet, climb stairs, or walk uphill. When done with proper form and no added weight, they're often safer than many exercises people think are gentler. Even more surprising? Squats have been quietly gaining favor among heart doctors. Why? Because they provide what's called isometric and dynamic tension at the same time, engaging your muscles while still allowing the heart to pump efficiently. For patients who can't tolerate long cardio sessions due to arthritis or joint pain, squats provide a shorter, more joint-friendly way to boost heart health. And unlike treadmills or ellipticals, they don't require equipment or gym access, just your own body and a little floor space. Of course, like any movement, technique matters, especially for those with existing health concerns. And one of the biggest things to avoid during squats, especially for people over 50, is holding your breath. This may seem small, but it's not. When you hold your breath while squatting, a common mistake, you increase what's called intra-abdominal pressure. This temporarily spikes your blood pressure and can lead to dizziness, lightheadedness, or even fainting in extreme cases. Instead, follow this simple rule. Breathe in as you lower, breathe out as you rise. Think of it like blowing out birthday candles every time you stand up. This not only keeps your breathing steady, but it signals your heart and nervous system that you're calm and in control, reducing stress on the cardiovascular system. So, here's what I want you to remember. The squat isn't just a move for the young or the fit. It's for you. It's for your independence, your strength, and your heart. When done slowly, carefully, and consistently, it has the power to improve your blood flow, protect your bones, and keep you mobile in ways that will matter more with each passing year. This isn't about becoming a gym rat or chasing a six-pack. It's about standing up for yourself, for your future, for the little moments that make life worth living, playing with grandkids, walking to the mailbox without pain, or simply getting out of bed without groaning. That strength starts with a single squat. And the more you practice it, the more you'll realize this isn't just one move. It's your quiet defense against decline. Now that we've opened the door to why squats are so essential, not just for movement but for heart health and longevity, it's time to talk about how to do them safely. Because if you're over 50, it's not about how many you do or how deep you go. It's about how smart and gentle your technique is, so you gain all the benefits without risking a single joint or triggering old injuries. This next part is your personalized guide. Not a one-size-fits-all approach, but the version of squatting that works with your body, not against it. Let's start with the wall squat, the absolute best entry point if you're worried about balance, joint pain, or just haven't exercised in a while. Here's how it works. You stand with your back flat against a wall, feet shoulder-width apart, and about 2 feet away from the wall. Slowly slide down, as if you're lowering into a chair, until your thighs are at a comfortable angle, even if that's only a few inches. Hold for a few seconds, then slowly rise. What's magical about this? The wall supports your spine and posture. There's no risk of falling backward. And the movement is small, controlled, and incredibly effective at building strength in your thighs, hips, and glutes. Especially if you've had a knee replacement, back surgery, or vertigo in the past. This is the squat to start with. One thing you must pay attention to, no matter which version you do, is your foot placement. Keeping your feet shoulder-width apart may seem like a small detail, but it makes a massive difference in joint alignment. Many people unknowingly squat with their feet too close or too wide, which puts unnecessary torque on the knees or hips. With feet about hip to shoulder width apart, your knees track naturally in line with your toes. This reduces strain and activates the right muscles, your quads, glutes, and hamstrings, not your joints. So before you even start the movement, check your stance. Feel stable? That's your body saying, yes, this is safe. Now let's talk depth. How low should you go? There's a dangerous myth that says deep squats are better. But for those over 50, going too deep can do more harm than good. It's not a competition. It's a matter of control and joint safety. The best way to find your limit is the chair method. Place a sturdy chair behind you. As you squat, aim to lightly touch the edge of the seat. No plopping, no falling. Just a soft touch that signals your safe lower limit. If you can't reach the seat without leaning forward or losing balance, that's perfectly okay. Go as far as you can with control, then rise. Over time, your muscles will strengthen and your range will increase. For now, depth should always come second to form. Here's a powerful tip most people overlook. Try adding a slow count. You don't need fancy machines or heavy weights to build strong legs. Just a simple count pattern, like 3 seconds down, 2-second pause at the bottom, and 3 seconds rising, is incredibly effective. Why? Because it forces your muscles to stay under tension longer, which triggers growth and resilience without adding impact to your joints. Think of it as building strength from the inside out. And because it's slow, you'll avoid the jerky movements that often lead to injury. The slower you go, the more aware you become of each part of your body, your knees, your hips, your breath. That awareness is key to protecting yourself and making real progress. And while we're talking about form, let's not forget what might be the most important element of all, your posture and breathing. When you squat, your spine should remain tall. Imagine a string pulling you upward from the crown of your head. Keep your chest open and your core gently engaged. Your knees should stay in line with your toes, never caving in or flaring out. And your breathing? Don't hold it. Instead, breathe in slowly through your nose as you lower down. Then breathe out gently through your mouth as you rise. This rhythm does more than just keep you calm. It keeps your blood pressure stable and protects your heart from sudden spikes. Now, if there's one mistake I wish I could erase from everyone's squat habit, it's this: rushing or bouncing at the bottom. I know it feels tempting. You want to speed up to get it over with, or you feel like a quick bounce will help you rise. But bouncing puts your joints, especially your knees and lower back, under enormous stress. It's the opposite of controlled strength. Instead, picture your squat as a slow elevator ride. Smooth down, gentle stop, smooth rise. Every inch should feel purposeful. No jerking, no jumping, no slamming your body up and down. That's how injuries happen, especially if your bones are already dealing with wear and tear from age. I want to pause here and remind you, this movement is about your life, not your limits. You don't need to squat like a teenager or perform like a fitness coach. You just need to move with intention, with safety, with the quiet confidence that what you're doing now is planting seeds of strength for the future. That means fewer falls, better blood pressure, a steadier heart, and most importantly, the dignity of movement on your own terms. If you're someone who has joint replacements, arthritis, neuropathy, or other limitations, don't be discouraged. You can do squats. You just need the right version. You may start with wall squats, chair squats, or even squats that only go halfway down. And that's perfectly fine. Your body isn't in a race. It's in a relationship with movement. Every rep, no matter how small, is a conversation between your muscles and your willpower. As you build consistency, just 5 squats a day to start, you'll notice your balance improves. Your legs feel firmer. Standing becomes less of a strain. You won't need to push yourself up from chairs with both arms anymore. You might even surprise yourself one day and squat down to tie your shoes without thinking twice. These are the quiet victories that matter. They're not flashy. They don't get applause. but they're proof that aging doesn't have to mean decline, and the beauty of this movement? You can do it anywhere. No gym, no trainer, just your own body, a little floor space, and a willingness to keep showing up for yourself. Morning? Perfect. Time. Waiting for the microwave? Do a few. Watching TV? Squat during commercials. You don't have to make time, just reclaim little moments that would have passed by anyway. So take this as your personal invitation to squat your way to better days. No matter where you are now, there's a version that fits you. Your legs are your foundation. Your heart is your engine. And this one move, when done right, will protect them both like nothing else can. You've learned how powerful squats can be. You've seen how to do them safely and why the right technique matters. Now comes the part most people overlook, the long game. The part where one little move, done daily and intentionally, quietly becomes your body's greatest defense. Because this isn't about fitness, it's about life. It's about how squatting, consistently, even for a few minutes, keeps your heart stronger, your blood pressure lower, and your life more mobile than almost anything else you could do. Let's begin with something that surprises most people. Just 5 squats a day, done mindfully with good form and steady breath, can provide noticeable heart benefits. How? Because your leg muscles are among the largest in the body. When they're activated, they demand more blood. That gets your heart pumping, your circulation flowing, and your oxygen delivery up. For someone over 50, especially if you live a more sedentary lifestyle, that small burst of activity acts like a wake-up call to your cardiovascular system. It says, stay sharp, stay ready. Over time, this kind of demand strengthens your heart muscle, like turning it into a more efficient engine. Not by running marathons, just by squatting a little every day. But heart health isn't the only benefit. One of the most life-altering effects of squats in seniors is their impact on blood sugar control. As we age, our muscles gradually lose the ability to use glucose efficiently. That's part of why so many adults over 50 struggle with insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes. But here's the good news. Squats reverse that pattern. They make your leg muscles more insulin sensitive. In simple terms, when you squat regularly, your muscles act like a sponge for sugar, pulling it out of the bloodstream, using it for fuel, and reducing those dangerous glucose spikes. If your doctor's ever mentioned pre-diabetes, high A1C, or borderline blood sugar, daily squats are one of the easiest, drug-free ways to take control. Let's talk about something even more personal now. Fall prevention. Every year, thousands of adults over 60 end up in hospitals because of falls. And the truth is, most of those falls don't happen because of clumsiness. They happen because the muscles that protect your knees, hips, and ankles have weakened without warning. Squats build those very muscles. They stabilize the joints, reinforce your balance, and strengthen your core. The stronger your lower half, the faster your body can correct itself when you trip or slip. That difference, just a second of stability, can mean walking away safely instead of lying on the ground waiting for help. It's not just exercise, it's armor, quiet, invisible armor you wear every day. Now let me tell you something I say to almost every person I meet over 50. Squats are the closest thing we have to an anti-aging exercise. That's not a stretch. It's science. When you squat, you're working muscles, bones, tendons, lungs, and your heart all at once. You're encouraging your bones to stay dense. You're increasing blood flow to the brain. You're improving flexibility in the hips and spine. And because it's a weight-bearing movement, it slows down the muscle loss that comes with aging. So yes, in a very real biological way, consistent squatting slows your aging clock. It's the difference between getting older and getting older well. Here's a simple test I call the bathroom test. It tells you more about your health than any number on a scale. Go to your bathroom. Sit down on the toilet. Now, without using your hands, try to stand back up. Can you do it smoothly? Or do your legs shake? Do your knees hurt? Or do you need to push off the counter? If that stand feels difficult, that's not just about today. That's a snapshot of your functional age, and the solution isn't fancy, it's regular practice. 5 to 10 squats a day can literally turn that effort into ease. It's not about ego. It's about independence. But, as always, there's a warning here too. Squats are incredibly beneficial, but only if your blood pressure is stable. If you've been diagnosed with uncontrolled high blood pressure, especially if you feel lightheaded, get frequent headaches, or have other symptoms, you must be cautious. Physical exertion, even as light as bodyweight squats, can cause temporary spikes. And while this is usually harmless for healthy adults, it can be dangerous if your baseline numbers are already too high. So here's what I recommend. Check your pressure before and after your squats. If you notice a sharp rise or feel dizzy, stop, rest. Talk to your doctor, and only return when you have clearance. You have nothing to prove. Your safety always comes first. And if your pressure is well managed, then squats become a trusted ally, a habit you can rely on, something you fit into the quiet moments of your day without even thinking about it. Getting your morning coffee? Do 5 squats while the kettle boils? Waiting on hold? Stand up and do a few? Watching your favorite show? Use the commercial breaks. These tiny repetitions add up in powerful ways, not just for your strength, but for your confidence. Because here's the part we don't say out loud often enough. What scares most people over 50 isn't aging. It's losing control, needing help to get out of a chair, struggling to walk across the room, feeling nervous in crowds or afraid to walk in public spaces because of weak legs or unsteady balance. And that fear leads to isolation, the silent killer of so many older adults. But squats push back. They say, I'm still capable. They restore that quiet inner trust that says, I can handle my body. And you don't have to go it alone. Invite a partner, a friend, your spouse. Make it a challenge. 10 squats a day together for 1 month. Track your progress. See how your legs feel. See how your stairs feel. You might be surprised by the smiles, the laughter, the sense of control that returns. And once you start, you may never want to stop. So let's make it simple. 1 move, once a day, for a better heart, stronger legs, steadier balance, and lower blood pressure. That's the power of a squat. And for everything that life throws your way, it may just be your strongest line of defense, not because it looks impressive, but because it quietly works, day after day, rep after rep, breath after breath. This isn't about chasing youth. It's about choosing strength, quiet strength, the kind that says, I'm not done yet, the kind that keeps you walking, laughing, gardening, hugging, dancing, and living fully. So whether you're 50, 60, 70, or beyond, start with 1 squat, just 1, then another, and another. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin.